She seems like the perfect woman. Right from the start, she's showering you with praise, affection, the works. But underneath all that, a clever web of control is being spun, and you're losing yourself without even noticing. You feel like you've met your dream woman, but something just feels wrong. You can't put your finger on it, but it feels like the ground is shifting under your feet. What if that feeling isn't in your head? What if it's a sign that you're caught in a subtle psychological trap? It's a spot a lot of guys find themselves in. Confused, anxious, and constantly walking on eggshells in a relationship that started out like a dream. Emotional manipulation is tough to spot, mainly because it's often disguised as love or concern or even just a joke. It's not about force. It's about controlling your thoughts, your feelings, and your choices without you ever seeing the strings. The goal is to gain power, and these tactics can chew away at your self-worth, making you dependent on the very person who's tearing you down. Now, let's be clear. These behaviors aren't just used by women, but understanding them is the first step to protecting your own mental and emotional health. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another video. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on 10 of the most common psychological tricks someone might use to get what they want. This isn't about demonizing anyone. It's about arming you with knowledge so you can build healthier, real connections based on respect, not control. The first trick is maybe the trickiest, because honestly, it feels amazing at first. It's called love bombing. This is when a relationship kicks off with an insane amount of affection. She's hitting you with constant compliments, gifts, telling you everything you've ever wanted to hear. Just a few weeks in, she might be saying things like, "I've never met anyone like you," or "You're the only one who gets me." It feels like a whirlwind romance, something straight out of a film. But this isn't just a fast connection, it's a strategy. The whole point of love bombing is to get you hooked and emotionally dependent, fast. All that attention and validation, it's meant to make you drop your guard and feel like you owe her. Then, once you're attached, the dynamic can switch on a dime. The intense affection might just vanish, leaving you confused and desperate to get back to that honeymoon phase. You're left scrambling to win back the perfect version of her she showed you at the beginning, a version that was built specifically to win your trust. Next up is one of the most damaging and well-known tactics, gaslighting. Gaslighting is when someone messes with your head so much that you start to question your own memory, your perception, even your sanity. They're deliberately twisting reality to fit their story. Let's say you bring up something she said that hurt you. A gaslighter won't talk about it. They won't say sorry. Instead, she'll just deny it ever happened. You'll hear things like, "You're just imagining things. That's not what I said," or the classic, "You're being way too sensitive." Over time, being constantly denied and contradicted is incredibly damaging. You start doubting your own mind. Was I overreacting? Did I get that wrong? This self-doubt crushes your confidence and makes you rely on her version of reality, which gives her all the control. Gaslighting isn't just a simple disagreement. It's a slow and steady destruction of your reality. Trick number 3 is the good old-fashioned guilt trip. This tactic uses your own conscience against you. A master of the guilt trip makes you feel selfish or like a bad person just for having your own needs, for setting a boundary, or even just for disagreeing with her. For instance, you want a night out with your mates, but she wants to stay in. Instead of talking it out like adults, she might sigh and say, "I guess your friends are just more important than me." Or, "Fine, go have fun. I'll just sit here by myself." The goal is to make you feel so guilty that you cancel your plans just to make the bad feeling go away. It's super effective because most of us don't want to be the bad guy. By making her wants sound like urgent needs and your needs sound like selfish whims, she can get you to put her happiness first, time and time again, without ever giving a direct order. At number 4, we've got passive-aggressive behavior. This is how someone shows they're angry or upset without actually saying it. It's hostility with a fake smile, all to keep things looking peaceful on the surface while still punishing you. So what does this look like? It could be the silent treatment, where she ignores you but swears nothing is wrong. It might be backhanded compliments like, "Wow, it's so brave of you to wear that shirt," which sounds nice but has a hidden sting. Forgetting to do things is another classic move. She'll agree to do something you asked, but then forgets or does a terrible job, so you end up having to do it yourself. This lets her sidestep any real conflict while still making it clear she's not happy. leaving you feeling confused and unable to even talk about what's really going on. Trick number 5 is strategically withholding intimacy or affection. In a healthy relationship, things like a hug or a kind word are just natural ways to show you care. In a manipulative one, affection becomes a weapon, a reward that can be given or taken away to control you. This is when physical touch, emotional connection, or even compliments are used as a prize for good behavior, and are withdrawn as punishment when you do something she doesn't like. For example, if you do exactly what she wants, she might be incredibly loving. But if you try to set a boundary or disagree with her, she suddenly turns cold and distant. No touching, no nothing. This creates a really unstable feeling where you think you have to constantly earn her love. You end up walking on eggshells, just trying to do whatever it takes to get back in her good books and feel that love again. By now, you might be nodding your head, recognizing a few of these. If this is hitting home and you want to learn more about protecting your peace and building relationships that don't suck the life out of you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Also, check out my book on Amazon. It will help you deal with toxic relationships. And let me know in the comments if you've ever dealt with any of these tactics. Sharing your story might help someone else realize they're not going crazy and they're not alone. Trick number 6 is called triangulation. This is a sneaky move where a third person gets pulled into your relationship to stir up drama, jealousy, and insecurity. The whole point is to make you feel unstable and force you to compete for her attention. She might do this by constantly bringing up her ex. Oh, my ex used to buy me flowers all the time, leaving you feeling like you don't measure up. Or she might casually mention a guy at work who's always hitting on her just to get a rise out of you. By creating this triangle, she puts herself in the middle as the prize to be won. It keeps you off balance, worried about some other guy and working that much harder to prove yourself to her. And that gives her all the power. At number 7, we have mirroring. This is a subtle but really effective tactic used early on to create a fake sense of having a deep soulmate level connection. Mirroring is when someone literally copies you, your hobbies, your opinions, the way you talk, even your body language. You mention you love some obscure band, and wow, suddenly it's her favorite band too. You talk about your dream of visiting Japan, and wouldn't you know it, that's been her dream since she was a little kid. At first, it feels like you found your other half, someone who just you, but it's not a real connection, it's an act. By creating this illusion that you're the same, she gets you to lower your guard and trust her way faster than you normally would. And once she has that trust, you're much easier to influence. Trick number 8 is a seriously frustrating game called moving the goalposts. This is when the rules are always changing, making it completely impossible for you to ever win or get her approval. You finally think you've figured out what she wants, but as soon as you do it, she changes the rules. For example, she says she wants you to be more ambitious. So you grind at work and get a big promotion, but instead of being happy for you, now she complains that you're working too much and never have time for her. No matter what you do, it's never good enough. This keeps you stuck in a cycle of trying to prove yourself, constantly chasing her approval. It's a nasty way to make sure you're always looking to her for validation, which keeps her in charge. Coming in at number 9 is over-the-top flattery that has a hidden motive. Look, everyone likes a genuine compliment. This is not that. This is next-level praise that's used to soften you up right before she hits you with a request. It's basically buttering you up. She might start by going on and on about how smart you are. You're just so brilliant with numbers. Nobody's better at this stuff than you. Then right after you're feeling pretty good about yourself, she drops the real reason. So, could you just take a quick look at my taxes for me? Because she just puffed up your ego, you feel almost obligated to say yes. It's not real admiration. It's a tool she uses to make you more likely to do what she wants. And finally, trick number 10 is playing hard to get, which is also known as the hot and cold method. This tactic uses unpredictability to keep you feeling anxious and hooked. It's a nasty cycle of showing you tons of interest and then, out of nowhere, pulling away and acting like she couldn't care less. One day, she's blowing up your phone, making plans, and telling you how much she's into you. The next day, your messages are left unread and she's acting totally distant. This isn't random, it's on purpose. The hot phase gets you invested, and the cold phase makes you anxious and desperate for her attention again. This emotional roller coaster creates a really strong psychological pull, making you work even harder for her approval. It's a push and pull game designed to make her seem more valuable and keep you chasing. Look, seeing these tricks for what they are is the single most important step you can take to get your power back and make sure your relationships are healthy. From the crazy high of love bombing to the confusing fog of gaslighting, all these tactics are designed to break down your confidence and give someone else control. Just remember, a real healthy relationship is built on trust, talking things out, and respect, not mind games. The point of this isn't to make you paranoid. It's to make you aware. It gives you the power to spot red flags, trust your gut when something feels off, and set some firm boundaries. You deserve a partner who connects with you for real, not one who's just playing a strategic game. If you see a pattern of these behaviors, it's probably a good sign to step back and ask yourself if that relationship is actually good for you. Always put your mental peace first. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another video. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, you're not alone. If you need support, just reach out using the link below. Also, check the other links in the description. You'll find my free ebook and my Amazon book on toxic relationships if you're ready to dive a little deeper. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.